Have you ever experienced a tingling sensation, as if something that wasn't quite right was present, but you couldn't quite place your finger on what it was? What would you do if that sensation were your guardian angels trying to alert you that you are missing small indicators of disrespect? I had a friend who I believed respected me in the past, but I always thought that something was odd. The realization that I was being mistreated did not come to me until I began to notice the insignificant things, such as comments that were dismissive or boundaries that were ignored. Initially, I hesitated to believe it since we are instructed to maintain peace and forgive those who wronged us. Then, however, I began to experience indicators, such as angelic numbers, recurring dreams, and a persistent feeling of unease that would not disappear. When I opened my eyes, it felt as if the entire cosmos was yelling at me to do so. To put it simply, everything was different after I eventually did it. I finally found the calm I had been searching for in my life once I established limits. You may require this film if you feel something needs to be corrected. It would help if you remained here because your guardian angels might be trying to convey an essential message. Disrespect is one thing that frequently goes unnoticed, particularly when it manifests itself in a manner that is not immediately obvious. It is not always the kind of rudeness we may anticipate, which is flagrant and in your face. Instead, it may be something as straightforward as a tone of dismissal, an ignored opinion, or a forgotten commitment. These seemingly insignificant actions can form a pattern that undermines your self-worth and self-esteem when added up over time. Contempt can erode the basis of trust and mutual respect necessary for any healthy engagement in a relationship, regardless of whether the relationship is professional or personal. Disrespect takes on an even more profound significance when considered in the context of spirituality. You are not just responsible for how other people treat you, you are also responsible for how you allow yourself to be treated. Your guardian angels always watch you and direct you toward a life in harmony with your ultimate good. By allowing disrespect to enter your life, you effectively communicate to the universe that you are ready to settle for less than what you consider your rightful share. As a consequence of this, the flow of positive energy and blessings that are intended for you may be obstructed. The problem with disrespect is that it frequently begins with something insignificant. It may be something as seemingly minor as a friend canceling plans at the last minute without a solid reason, or something as serious as a coworker claiming credit for your idea while you are in a meeting. At first glance, these situations may appear to be isolated occurrences that are not worthy of causing a noise over. On the other hand, when they begin to accumulate, they have the potential to form a pattern that is difficult to ignore. When you become so accustomed to these seemingly insignificant acts of disrespect that you begin to accept them as natural, you put yourself in a precarious situation. The angels are going to come in at this point. Their presence is a gentle reminder that you deserve to be treated with respect, kindness, and decency. Even if you are unable to identify with absolute certainty what the problem is, they will send you messages and indicators to let you know that something is wrong. Have you ever become aware of a sudden increase in the frequency with which you encounter the same sequence of numbers, such as 111 or 444? Another possibility is that you have experienced a dream that has left you feeling anxious, as if it is attempting to convey a significant message. These occurrences are not a coincidence. Instead, they are signals from your guardian angels, asking you to pay attention to the indications of disrespect that you might be attempting to ignore. The fact of the matter is that when you allow disrespect to enter your life, it affects your connections with other people and your relationships with yourself. When you do this, you message your subconscious mind that you do not deserve to be treated with respect. This can lead to a cycle of poor self-esteem and self-doubt. As time passes, this might present itself in various ways, including the feeling that one does not deserve love, success, or pleasure. It is even possible for it to affect your physical health, since the stress and emotional anguish that are brought on by persistent disrespect can hurt your body. How do you identify disrespect in your life, and how do you respond to them? The first thing you should do is get in touch with your instincts. You continuously receive messages from your guardian angels through your gut sensations, the subtle nudges that alert you to something not quite right. Put your faith in these emotions, even if, at first, they don't make any sense logically if something does not feel wrong. Pay attention to how you feel when you are among particular individuals or situations. Do you feel stimulated and uplifted, or do you feel drained and diminished? One of the most powerful indicators of whether or not you are being valued is how you will react emotionally. Putting in place boundaries is yet another essential step to take. Protecting your energy and ensuring that you are treated with the respect you deserve can be accomplished by establishing boundaries. They are not about being impolite or aggressive, instead, they are about stating something that is acceptable and something that is not appropriate clearly and concisely. When you establish limits, you convey to the universe that you value yourself highly and are unwilling to accept anything less than what you deserve. This, in turn, makes it possible for additional courteous and constructive interactions to enter your life. However, establishing boundaries is only sometimes a simple task, mainly if you have been conditioned to avoid conflict or to prioritize the requirements of others over your own goals and desires. Your guardian angels can be of considerable assistance in this situation. They can assist you in acquiring the fortitude and bravery necessary to assert yourself and to stand up for what you believe to be correct. Once you begin to establish boundaries, specific individuals in your life will respond in a wrong manner. This is a typical response, particularly from individuals who have profited from your lack of boundaries in previous interactions. The critical thing to remember is that this is not about them, instead, it is about you and your journey toward living a life that aligns with your highest good. You may observe shifts in your relationships as you proceed along this path. Some people may become less interested in you, while others may become more interested in you. As the energy you send into the universe transforms, this is a standard process component. It is inevitable that those individuals who are destined to be a part of your life, those who truly appreciate and cherish you, will gravitate toward you, while those who do not will naturally withdraw from your presence. Even though this change may be challenging for you, it is a necessary component of your spiritual development. Throughout this process, it is essential to remember that your guardian angels are always accompanying you, directing you, and supporting you. They must let you know that you are never alone, even when the route ahead is challenging. Their presence assists you in recognizing and addressing instances of disrespect in your life, enabling you to move on with self-assurance and tranquility. Angels serve as our guardians in the heavens, directing us toward the ultimate way of good and ensuring that our spiritual well-being is protected. When tackling issues such as disrespect, they frequently communicate through subtle indicators and messages. This is important when it comes to resolving concerns. If you have been experiencing unease or have seen patterns occurring, these could be messages from your angels. Angels can bring attention to disrespect in various ways, including through synchronicities or angel numbers. It is possible, for instance, that the perception of repeated sequences such as 111 or 444 is not merely a coincidence. These numbers indicate that it is time to pay attention to something out of balance in your life. These numbers prompt you to look closer at your connections and interactions with others, particularly about disrespect. Angels may also speak with humans through their dreams. Have you ever had a dream where you thought you were being ignored or disrespected? The angels in your life may be using these dreams as a vital means of bringing to your attention events occurring in your waking life that require your attention. They demonstrate how disrespect is present in your relationships or hint at areas where you need to display more self-confidence. Your feelings and your instincts also play a significant part. If you experience a continuous sense of discomfort or frustration, it is essential to pay attention. When angels want to warn us of underlying problems, they frequently use our emotional responses. Your guardian angels are probably attempting to convey one of their messages if you have been having these feelings in particular circumstances or with specific individuals. Let's examine real-life situations to demonstrate how acknowledging and responding to disrespect can result in significant changes. Consider the case of Sarah, a group member whose suggestions were routinely disregarded. When she first heard about it, she dismissed it, assuming it was a part of office politics. Despite this, she started to recognize the warning signs after she had a string of uncomfortable nightmares in which she explored the concept of being undervalued. Sarah concluded that she needed to speak up and establish clear boundaries on her contributions with the assistance of her angels. Her confidence and respect from her coworkers increased as a result, which not only made her working environment better. Then there is John, who observed that his pals only reached out to him when they needed something. Even though he was experiencing an increasing sense of irritation, he was unsure whether or not it was just his viewpoint. After being shown angelic indications in the form of numbers such as 222 on multiple occasions, he decided to take a step back and rethink his friendships. Through the establishment of new boundaries and the expression of his emotions, John was able to cultivate relationships that were more authentic and respectful. Our interactions with others aren't the only thing that disrespect affects us, it also significantly influences our spiritual path. We are effectively permitting negative energy to continue in our lives when we allow disrespect to be tolerated against us. Because of this, our spiritual development may be impeded, and we may be prevented from fully accepting who we are. When viewed from a spiritual perspective, disrespect can form energetic barriers that impede the flow of spiritual blessings and positive energy. These obstructions can present themselves in various ways, including the sensation of being trapped, experiencing repeated setbacks, or having difficulty with one's sense of self-worth. We can create opportunities for healing and spiritual growth by addressing and eradicating disrespect. If you recognize and respond to disrespect, for instance, you are actively attempting to preserve the integrity of your energy field. Not only does this safeguard your health, it also brings you closer to the higher purpose with which you were created. During this process, your angels are here to provide you with support and assistance, assisting you in removing any negative experiences and making room for more pleasant ones. In any relationship, it is vital to establish limits to retain respect, and your angels can be strong allies in setting appropriate boundaries. It is not the purpose of boundaries to exclude other people, instead, they are defined by determining what is acceptable and what is not sufficient. They contribute to establishing a respectful atmosphere in which your requirements and emotions are valued. When you want to set boundaries properly, the first step is to identify the behaviors or situations that you do not tolerate by yourself. Having self-awareness and being honest about your limitations is necessary for this. After establishing these boundaries, authoritatively explain them while still showing respect. With the help of your angels, you will be able to discover the appropriate words and approach. You can also request assistance from your guardian angels during this process. Before engaging in a challenging conversation or establishing a boundary, it is a good idea to take a minute to connect with your angels through prayer or meditation. Ask for their direction and fortitude to develop yourself and maintain your boundaries. To live a life that is both healthy and courteous, boundaries are necessary. They are responsible for safeguarding your vitality and ensuring you are not exploited. In the absence of boundaries, you risk encountering circumstances in which you experience feelings of exhaustion, contempt, or undervaluation. Establishing distinct boundaries contributes to developing a sense of self-respect and inspires others to treat you with the same consideration. When viewed from a spiritual point of view, boundaries are responsible for maintaining your energetic equilibrium. You might think of them as a shield that protects you from the disruptive effects of harmful influences on your inner serenity and spiritual development. Establishing and maintaining boundaries may improve your general well-being, creating a place where positive energy can flow freely and contribute to your overall progress. Self-respect is essential for living a fulfilling and balanced life. It is about acknowledging your value and ensuring that you are treated with the respect and decency to which you feel you are entitled. When you respect yourself, you establish the benchmark for how others should treat you in the future. Your guardian angels are here to help you develop a healthy relationship with yourself and remind you of your inherent value. To begin cultivating self-respect, you should recognize your accomplishments and talents. Self-care is essential, and you should schedule time for things that will nurture your spirit. Your guardian angels will assist you in identifying and appreciating your worth and maintaining a sturdy stance regarding your boundaries and ideals. To recover from the impacts of disrespect, you must work on both the emotional and spiritual levels. It is essential to confront any sentiments of hurt or anger that have persisted for a reasonable amount of time and discover strategies to let go of these feelings. Your angels might assist you during this recovery process by giving you solace and direction. Emotional recovery should involve practices encouraging emotional healing, such as writing, meditation, or seeking help from a trusted friend or therapist. Give yourself permission to feel and work through your feelings, but at the same time, keep your attention on moving forward and welcoming new and pleasant experiences. Your guardian angels will be at your side throughout the entire process of healing, offering you reassurance and support at every turn. Patterns of conduct that harm your health and spiritual development can destroy your well-being. These patterns frequently involve situations in which you experience feelings of contempt or undervaluation. It is essential to recognize these tendencies to break away from them and establish a more positive atmosphere. It is essential to watch out for recurring patterns in your connections or encounters. Is there a particular set of actions or attitudes that, when repeated often enough, result in emotions of disrespect? You can address these tendencies and make changes that will improve your general quality of life if you recognize them. Forgiveness is a potent instrument that can facilitate healing and the progression of life in the aftermath of disrespect. It is not about approving inappropriate behavior, instead, it is about liberating yourself from the unpleasant emotions you carry. By allowing yourself to forgive, you can free yourself from the hold that previous injuries have on you, creating space for healing and progress. You can receive assistance from your angels in forgiving someone by following their guidance to let go of hate and embrace a spirit of compassion. Forgiveness can also be directed at oneself, enabling one to let go of any guilt or self-blame associated with the event. The time has come to move forward with newfound confidence and clarity after you have addressed the issue of disrespect and established limits. Your angels will continue to support you as you navigate this new period of your life. Make it a priority to cultivate connections and situations congruent with your core beliefs and encourage your spiritual development. Your guardian angels are intended to direct you toward activities and individuals that will improve your overall well-being and bring you closer to the ultimate good you can seek. Many misconceptions regarding disrespect need to be dispelled. Not all acts of contempt are instantly visible, nor are all forms of disrespect overt. Respect can take many forms, some more subtle than others, such as neglect or passive-aggressive behavior. To successfully handle these less evident kinds of disrespect, it is essential to recognize them. The realization that disrespect can manifest itself in various ways enables you to be more watchful and proactive in defending yourself and ensuring that conversations are conducted courteously. To communicate with your angels about disrespect, you must tune into your intuition and use spiritual practices to obtain direction. Meditation, prayer, and writing are all methods that can assist you in connecting with your angels and receiving the messages that they would like to convey to you. When you feel mistreated, it is important to seek clarification and assistance. The angels in your life will supply you with counsel and insights to help you navigate these situations gracefully and confidently. Your intuitive abilities are a valuable tool for identifying and correcting disrespectful behavior. Trusting your instincts can help you recognize when things aren't right and direct you to implement a suitable course of action. Your guardian angels will help you develop your intuition and use it effectively when navigating your relationships and encounters. Addressing disrespect has a beneficial impact that can be felt in every aspect of your life. By establishing boundaries and standing up for yourself, you may create an environment that is more respectful and constructive within yourself. This improves your overall well-being and paves the way for more satisfying and harmonious relationships. By incorporating the principles you've learned into your day-to-day activities, you can embrace a life centered on mutual respect. Maintain your established limits, respect yourself, and consult your angels for assistance. If you do this, you can construct a life that reflects your highest values and supports your spiritual path. I am grateful that you have chosen to accompany me on this trip so that I can better understand how your angels bring attention to and resolve disrespect in your life. Remember that these heavenly instructions are intended to direct you toward a more extraordinary life in respect and fulfillment. You give yourself the ability to empower yourself and open the door to deeper, more meaningful interactions when you recognize the symptoms and establish clear boundaries. If this video strikes a chord with you, please remember to like it, share it with others, and subscribe to receive other spiritual guidance and insights from angels. Please comment below with your ideas or experiences. I would like to hear how your angels communicated with you. Until we meet again, always remember to keep your heart open and have faith in the divine messages all around you. Love and light are being sent your way.